A very good morning to all of you. Welcome back to class 6 computer science, and we are here with again chapter 11 more on HTML. In the last session of the class we have discussed about the different attributes of the body tag. Okay, we have discussed about what is the purpose of using the body tag, and we have discussed about the different attributes of the body tag, like the few attributes which are more important in body tag, where first of all the background attribute. It is generally used to give or assign any background image to your web page. If you want to use a particular image or a picture as a background image for your website or the web page, you can use the background attribute of the body tag and you can apply it. Then we have discussed about the background color, the BG color attribute, which was used for the purpose of assigning the background color to the web page. And then we have discussed about the text attribute. We have discussed about the text attribute of the body color, which is used for the purpose of assigning a text color or the font color for the web page. Okay, it only changes the font color for the web page, and the text attribute or the font color which you are going to use will be applied to whole web page. Okay, now we move further and we will discuss about some more tags like p tag is there. P tag, where we will discuss the p tag. It is also known as the paragraph tag, and it is used, or the purpose of using the paragraph tag is to write anything in the form of paragraphs. If you want to write the text which you want to present in the web page can be written in the form of paragraph, then you can use the p tag and you can write the text of your web page, or the information which is you are going to display on the web page can be displayed in the form of different paragraphs. Okay, the p tag or the paragraph tag is also an empty tag. It is an empty tag, so the closing of the p tag is not necessary. The closing of the p tag is not compulsory or necessary. You can use it, but if you are not using it is also okay. And then we will discuss about one more important attribute of the p tag or the paragraph tag, that is align attribute. The purpose of using the align attribute is to align the text or the paragraph according to the margin of the page. Okay, as when we have discussed or we have studied the Microsoft Word. Okay, in the word processor applications you have already discussed in the earlier classes that there are 4 different kinds of alignment properties there. Okay, like left alignment, right alignment, center, and the justify. But for the HTML, for the purpose of HTML, we have only 3 alignment options, that is left alignment, right, and the center alignment. So we will discuss about the alignment property of the p tag. So first of all, the p tag, or it is also known as paragraph tag. Paragraph tag, and it enables us to write the text in the form of paragraph. In the form of paragraph. So if you want to present anything, you can use the paragraph tag. The p tag is used to start a new paragraph, and the text that you type between the p tags is by default, it is aligned towards the left margin of the page. By default it is aligned toward the left margin of the page. But if you use the align attribute of p tag, okay, align attribute of the p tag or the paragraph tag, you have the option to align your paragraph according as per as your choice. It can be left alignment, right, or the center alignment. Now the syntax for using the paragraph tag, syntax of using the paragraph tag is that whenever you want to begin any paragraph, okay, if you want to represent any sentence or a group of collection of sentence in the form of paragraph, you can just write the p tag, then you can write your text, and then you can close the p tag. Then again, if you want to start a new paragraph, from here itself you can start p, and then you can write and you can close the p tag. Okay, like this. So these two different text will be displayed in the form of paragraphs. It will be displayed in the form of paragraphs. Clear? And if you do not use the p tag and you write the text like this, it will be displayed in the continuous line. It will be, the text will be, when it will be displayed on the web browser, it will be displayed in the continuous manner. Okay, so in way to separate them and to make them arrange the text in the form of paragraph, we generally use the p tag. Okay, now the attribute of the paragraph tag, p tag is used to align the text, align the paragraph according to page margin, according to the page margin. Okay, now the different types of alignment options, types of alignment options are left alignment, right alignment, and center alignment. Left, right, and center alignment. Okay, here these are the three options of alignment of left alignment, right, and the center alignment. Now how to define or how to write the alignment is the syntax for using the alignment attribute is, first of all, as we have used the attributes of body tag, in the same manner we will use the attribute of p tag also. So first of all, use the bracket, write the name of the tag followed by the name of the attribute. P space name of the attribute. So name of the attribute align. Okay, and then equal to, and then within inverted comma, double inverted comma, you have to give choice of alignment. Choice of alignment. Close the inverted comma, close the bracket, and then you will continue writing your paragraph. Clear? Or you can see the example of this. P align equal to, suppose if you want to align the text towards the right margin, then right and then close the bracket, and then here you will write the text. So this is the way in which you can use the align property and the paragraph tag, and you can use the align attribute to align the text towards the right margin of the page. Okay, and in this way you can display your text, or you can present your text to your audience or to the user of the web page, or you can display the information to them in the form of paragraphs. Okay, now so it is clear to you. Now the next one, the next tag which we will study is the BR tag. The BR tag, once again, in the paragraph tag, it is not necessary to mention the closing of the tag. You do not need to close the paragraph tag. Okay? In same way. Now, the second one is, the next tag is BR tag. The BR tag or line break tag. It is also known as line break. It is also known as line break tag. Okay, line break, because when, take example that when we prepare the web page, when we write the things in the notepad, when we use the text editor and we write the things, and if generally what happens when we are using any text editor or in the word processor, if you want to break one line and you want to move to the new line, okay, if you want to move to the new line, generally what we do is that we just press the enter key. We used to press the enter key on the computer, and the mouse cursor automatically moves to the new line or for new sentence. Whereas, but if you are using same method in the notepad, it will be displayed there, the text or the sentence will be displayed in the new line, but when you will open it by default in the web browser, when you will open it in the web browser as a web page, in the web page it will be displayed in the continuous manner. It will be displayed on the continuous manner. The text which you have written in the new line in the notepad will be not appear on the new line. It will appear on the continuous way. So in order to break the line or to move the curl to write the text in the new line, we generally use the BR tag. We have the BR tag to break the line and to move to the new line. Okay, so to simply end one line and jump to the next line, we use the BR tag. So it enables us to break or end the line, and move to new line. Okay, so the purpose of using the BR tag is also known as line break tag, and it enables us to break or end the line and move to the new line. Clear? Now, so I hope that you have understood the purpose of using the BR tag. The syntax of using the BR tag is as the BR tag is empty tag. It is a type of empty tag. So ending of the BR tag is not necessary. The ending of the BR tag is not necessary. So how can you use it? Suppose, take an example that here I have written, I have started the body tag. Here I have written I love my country. I have written one sentence, I love my country, and now I have given the full stop and now I write the second sentence. I live in Salim. I live in Salim. Okay, these are the two different sentences. Then I have closed the body tag. I have closed the body tag, and then you will close the HTML tag. Now, if you write this sentence in this way, what will happen? When you will open it in the web browser, okay, as a web page, these two sentences will be displayed in the continuous manner. It will be displayed in the same line. So, in order to display both, and if you want to display both the sentence into two different lines, this should be in the first line, then this particular sentence is to be displayed on the new line. So what you can do, that just after this full stop, you can just put here BR tag. You can write it here BR tag. Okay, you can use the BR tag in between these two sentences, and it will be automatically, when you will display it on the web browser, it will be the second sentence automatically moves to the new line or jumps to the new line. Okay, now it is clear. So for using the BR tag is that wherever you want to end the first line, whenever you want to end any particular sentence or the line, and you want to move the next sentence to the new line, or want to jump to the new line, just in between the both the sentence you use the BR tag, and we do not need to close the BR tag because the BR tag is an empty tag. It is an example of empty tag. Okay, so the closing of BR tag is not necessary. Clear? Now, next one is the next tag is bold. Suppose if you want to write any particular sentence in the bold letters. If you want to write any sentence in the bold letter, so B tag, it is also known as bold tag. It enables us to write the text bold. Write the text in bold. Okay, or to so only in the bold. Okay, you can write the text in the form of bold letters. Clear? Now, how to use it? The syntax of using the bold tag is the bold. You have to remember that bold tag is again the container tag. It is the one of the container tag. So you have to start the B tag, write the sentence, and then you have to close the B tag. You have to close the B tag or end the B tag. Okay. Example you can see. Suppose here I have written B, and if you want to write, display the name of your school. Okay, this is the sentence. Now you have to close the B tag. So you can see the sentence and the example of writing using the B tag. The purpose of using the B tag or the bold tag is just it enables us to write the text in bold manner. Okay, when you will display it in the web browser or in the web page, you can view that the particular text will appear in the bold letters. Clear? Now the next one is Next tag is the I tag. Next one is I tag or the italic. I tag. It is also known as italic tag. It enables us to present or to display the text in the tilted form. Tilt is used to tilt in the tilted form. In the italic way. The syntax for using the italic is, again, it is one of the container tag. So you have to write I, then write the sentence, and then close the I tag. Close the I tag. Example of I tag: I write the name of your school, and then close the I tag. Close the I tag. Okay. So this is the way of using the I tag, and the I tag is also known as italic tag. It enables us to display the text in the tilted form in the web browser. When you will present the particular text in the web browser, it will display the text in the tilted manner. Clear? The next one is, the next tag is U tag or the underline tag. U tag, it is also known as underline tag. Its purpose is to display or is to draw the line below the text. Okay, the syntax of using the underline tag or the U tag is, again, it is a container tag. So you write the sentence, then close the U tag. Example: you write the name of your school, and then close the U tag. Okay, so this is the way in which you can use the U tag in your document. It is also known as the U tag is generally also known as the underline tag, and it is its purpose is to draw the line. Its general purpose is to draw the line below the text, or you can say in the general way is to underline the text. To underline the text, we use the U tag, and the syntax of using the U tag is that U tag is the container tag. So we have to start with the U, and then after that you have to mention the sentence, or you want to write the text which you want to underline, and then you have to close the U tag. Clear? So this is the way in which you can use the bold, italic and underline tags in your document. Okay. Now the sub tag and the super tag. The sub tag and the super tag. Sub tag and the super tag. Generally, when you have learned about word processor programs in the earlier classes, when you have learned about the word processor program in the earlier classes like MS Word, the Microsoft Office Word, then you might have studied about the subscript and the superscript, using the features of word subscript and the superscript. The subscript is generally used to represent a particular text below the general text, just below, half below the general text, and in the superscript, the text which you are going to display as a superscript will be displayed just above the general text, will be just displayed from half above the general text. And generally the general application of using the superscript and subscript is when, if you are, take example that when you are going to write any chemical formula, when you want to write any chemical formula, I hope that you have already started studying about the chemistries and writing the chemical equations and the chemical formulas for different elements and the compounds. Okay, so when you want to display any chemical formula, or if you want to write any mathematical formula, then you have to use the subscript and the superscript tags. Okay, so the first one is sub tag. It is known as subscript tag, and okay, and the another one is super tag. It is known as superscript tag. Okay, now you see the example of using. Now take an example that if you want to display the chemical formula CO2, you want to write this. Okay, you have to write this. Okay, where the 2 is displayed just half below the general text, that is C and O. Okay, suppose if you want to write a chemical formula for carbon dioxide, okay, you have to write the formula for carbon dioxide. Or take another example that if you want to display the chemical formula for water, H2O, you want to display this H2O. So now how it is possible to use it or to display such text in a web browser is with the help of sub tag only. We will use here the sub tag. This is called when the text is displayed below the general tag. General text is known as subscript, and when it is displayed above the general text is known as superscript. Okay, so how to write this? First of all, we will write like this H. The example of this is how to write H. Then you will use the sub tag, sub to close the sub tag, and then you write O. You write the O. Okay, and the result of this is that it will display the text like this. It will display the chemical formula for the water, that is H2O. Okay, whatever text which you want to display as a subscript will be written in between the sub tag, will be written in between the starting and ending of the sub tag itself. Clear? So this is the way in which you can use the sub tag. Now take another example. Take another example that if you want to display the mathematical formula, you want to display any mathematical formula like x square plus y square. You want to write this mathematical formula x square plus y square. Now what you have to do is that here you have to display this particular text, that is 2 just half above the general text. Okay, half above the general text. Okay, so 2 you have to display above. So we have to use the superscript tag. We have to use the super tag, that is, and the way of using this is, first of all you have to write x, use the super tag, write 2, close it, the tag, then write this plus y, super 2, close the super tag. Okay, so the result of this is x square plus y square. Okay, now you can understand the main difference between subscript and the superscript. The subscript is generally used, the subscript tag or the sub tag is used to display the text when you need to display the text below the general text, just half below the general text we use the subscript tag, and whereas if you want to display the text just half above the general text we use the superscript. Clear? So this is the major difference between subscript and the superscript. I hope that you have already studied about the features of Microsoft Office Word in class 5th, where you might have learned about the subscript and the superscript feature, and you can use that particular feature just by using the sub tag and the super tag in this manner. Okay, clear? So this is how we come to the end of this particular session, and I hope that you have understand the things, and still if you have any doubt you are free to contact me and I will clarify your doubts. Till that time, thank you and have a very nice day.